Hi there, it's me, Grace Ashley, the multimedia editor for The Dart, and this is my vlog series I tried. Okay, so for this episode, I kind of wanted to take things kind of easy because, quite honestly, this weekend has just not been great for me. So, like, just for my own mental health, I thought I would do, like, a little, oh my god, for this episode, I thought I would do a little paint with me, kind of like self-care kind of video. I found that painting is really helpful when it comes to helping myself feel better. Anyway, as I was saying, I've found that painting really helps me feel better when I'm not, like, you know, doing my greatest mentally. And, you know, normally I work with oils a lot more than other types of mediums, just because I like them a lot better. But it's currently, like, in the negatives outside, and also it's like 1 a.m. so I can't open a window. To make sure that the fumes don't give me painter's lung, because I'm deathly afraid of painter's lung. Fun fact. So instead I'm going to be painting with some gouache, and I'm going to be using this picture I took on Halloween this year in the middle of the senior lot at school, where it's two of my friends, Baker dressed as Linguini from Ratatouille, and my dear friend Josie Fox dressed as Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and they're midair pointing things at each other like they're dueling. And it just has like a really like strange Renaissance feel to it that I really like. I think it's really funny. So I'm gonna paint that. I already sketched it out. It's on paper, you can't see it yet. I'll show you the end result though. Have a nice chat while I painted. Maybe if you're watching this, you can paint with me. I don't know. Put over it. I'm using the Himi gouache set. How many is that? It's the 18 pack. I don't have the big one. I got this for Christmas a few years ago. Not even a few, like a couple years ago. I really like it. The paints are super nice. It's not super expensive. You can get them on like Amazon. I think it's like $20 or $30 last time I checked. I'm not really sure though. I'm not gonna fact check it either, so. I really like it, and I'm using cold pressed watercolor paper for this, because I like it. But I generally prefer watercolor paper. I don't know. I don't really work with watercolors often, because I don't like them, but I do like gouache. I like the way that the colors turn out with gouache. Recently, well, not necessarily recently, just over the past year or so, I've been doing a lot more reading. I was always a big reader growing up, but, you know, I got pretty busy with schoolwork, so I couldn't read as much, and I didn't really feel like making time for reading like I used to. But last year I really started to get back into it because of quarantine. And last year I ended up reading about, I think it was like 58 books, which I would say is moderately impressive, you know? I was really proud of myself, but I will admit that a lot of the books that I did read were rereads. Like, I read The Raven Cycle twice, and I had read them in years prior. And so that made up 8 of my reads. But I don't really mind. I was just really reading for the sake of reading, for enjoying the story. Which is, I mean, what you should be doing when you're reading. This is gonna be kind of awkward if my dad like wakes up, because he's kind of like an insomniac a little bit. And he just comes in here and he's like, Grace, what are you doing? Like, I'm living my truth. Simply put. But yeah. What was I? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading, and I just really come to figure out what I like in a story, you know, in a book. And a lot of that includes like pretty dense descriptions. I really like self-discovery. It doesn't necessarily have to have an action-packed plot for me to enjoy things anymore. When I was younger, I used to get really bored pretty easily, which led me to read a lot of fantasy. Like, I was pretty into Percy Jackson, and I got really into Sarah J. Maas's books, like Throne of Glass and like Court of Thorns and Roses and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been stressed a little bit lately. I'm graduating in a few months and going to college, and you know, it can be kind of stressful. It's really exciting. I could not be more excited. You know, I'm moving across the country for college. Got into my dream school. But you know, applying for scholarships and getting ready to go and all of that, it's really stressful. So I've been trying to look for positives. So let me think, what are some positives in my life right now? Number one will probably be that book coming out. Number two, Shadow and Bone. It's coming out on Netflix soon, in April, which is also extremely exciting. I read the entire series this summer. I reread it this summer, and I reread Six of Crows, but I could never really get into Crooked Kingdom, which is the second Six of Crows book. I could never really get into it, so I don't know what that's about. It's really good. I just couldn't get into it. But I'm really excited for that to come out. Really excited. It has Ben Barnes in it. Ben Barnes is in it. Prince Caspian. Yeah. The next book in the Dreamer trilogy comes out in April. No, May? May. Comes out in May as well. I am so excited. The last book was the first book in the series that came out last year. The way it ended, like, oh my god, the stress. So very much looking forward to reading that and seeing what's going on with the characters, what's gonna happen with them. I have a feeling it's gonna be turbulent, because it always is. My favorite character is the main character, because it's a spin-off series of the Raven Cycle, which, I mean, I think we've established is a series I greatly enjoy. My favorite character is the focus of the Dreamer trilogy. It's Ronan Lynch. I love Ronan Lynch. He's such a disaster. I like it when tough characters and stories show vulnerability. Because I think it's interesting to see the difference in their characters and like how dynamic they can be, because it's hard writing, you know, it's really difficult. And recently I've been doing a lot of writing just like for fun, as a way to like relieve some stress. I started writing a short story. It's not a short story anymore, mostly because it's almost 20,000 words long now, which is approximately like 60 pages. It's a little less than that just because I have extra pages for things I have like spread out, but I've just been doing a lot of writing and it's been really pleasant, and I really like the story and how it's going so far. I don't know, I'm kind of excited to see where I go with it too. Like, I kind of have a plan for how I want things to end up, but also things go how they go, especially when it comes to writing, because kind of like, I feel like people are always like, you write the characters, like, they're in your head, you're the one who made them, so you make the decisions for them. Sometimes that's just not the case, and sometimes you're writing and this character starts doing things on the page, and you just have to go with it. And I know that sounds strange, because it kind of is, but sometimes it's how it is, you know what I mean? Like, also, something else that I've been thinking of, like, a lot, is like, this is gonna sound really strange, but how do stoplights work? This question is constantly on my mind, especially when I drive. Like, it's becoming an actual problem because I'll be driving and a light will change. I'll be like, why did this light change? What direction does stoplight come from? Because I've kind of worked out, you know, it obviously goes in a line. It has to start somewhere. I want to know what direction it's going, like what direction it's coming from, you know. I want to know why the pattern is the way it is, because normally it'll be, so let me think, like the light turns green first for left turns, and then for going straight, and then right turns, and then it goes yellow, then red, and then the same for, you know, the intersecting roads, right? But I want to know why the order is the way it is. I want to know what direction the red lights are coming from. So, because like it has to start somewhere. I just want to know where. It consumes my every waking thought. Because like I don't know, I do a lot of thinking while I drive. So I think I finished. So I'm gonna, this tape doesn't do a very good job of staying on the majority of the time, so I don't think the lines look very clean. Well, they're not too bad. So this isn't the best thing for painted. It's definitely not the worst. I think it's funny. This is what it looks like. I don't know if that's like, you can really tell what it is, but it's pretty different from what I normally paint. But yeah, this is from a picture I took. Yeah, this was just nice for me to do. It was relaxing, and it made me happy. So I would say it's mission accomplished. I hope you had a nice time either just watching me paint, listening to me talk, or maybe drawing or painting with me. Yeah. So, thanks for trying this out with me. See you next time. Bye.